so sure anymore after Alliance spanked them with the Wraith King last game. So in the top lane we have Misery, so he's playing off lane, I suppose. So switching things up, that's cool.
Well, we got a few seconds of gameplay. We're into our next
Bulldog's off lane, okay.
Not sure what's going on.
JK. So we see the cool warding, as Sheeper's been pointing out. The teleport at level 1, there's not really any way to counter that either. On the other side of the coin, though, you don't have treants at level 1, so you get a little bit less information.
You can counter it with a TP scroll.
TP scroll to your T2, he gets there quicker still. What are you going to do, dude?
I think it's coming. Port 3 heroes and then
gank him.
Punch him.
Early gem.
Yeah. Somebody will start with 900 gold. That's no problem. Well, I guess Cloud9 have an idea that this is happening, but do they? Wait, did they not have sentries at all, or are they on Venge? No, they.
Well, there was no one in sight.
They have gold on sentry, on Venge for sentries, because this is pretty scary if you don't counter ward this. Aoi is going to lose his first 2 camps.
Well, he still has this
third one is open. If he gets mud golems in that, he's screwed.
Well, he just pulls that 50.
Yeah, he needs to stack it. And then if he gets a bad camp, it's still hard to farm it with the Eidolons. He needs to tank with a hero, maybe tank it too much. If he gets golems and then wolves,
it's okay. You can pull it out of range.
Yeah, I guess it lowers his efficiency a bit at least. But
yes,
I would say #1 priority for Cloud9 when they're going greedy like this, they better clear out their jungle spots for Aoi. Else this is going to be very, very difficult.
It's also just difficult to de-ward the big camp too. There's like not a good safe spot just because the range of the box is so big. It looks like, yeah, Courier does have sentry wards already. Misery is indeed playing the off lane, and Nature's Prophet will be taking the bottom role. Anyways, introducing the lanes again, we have EE on the Terrorblade, on the Dire, Pylai on the support Vengeful Spirit. Mid lane will be Fata's Puck matched up versus Loda's Lycanthrope. And in the bottom lane, said before, Admiral Bulldog on the NP, or Ape Mother on the Jakiro. So I'm not really sure who's farming this lane, but I mean, this is even more EGS.
So far, it's neither of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's like how they're playing the lane, it looks like there is no priority so far. They're both harassing, they're both trying to get last hits as it's just fighting against each other. Of course, that's not the case. Let's see who gets this last hit. Okay, 8 more that have fun probably. Okay.
So, pretty smart move by the Witch Doctor to stack that camp. Now that that camp is stacked, I don't really think it's terribly easy for a level 1 Enigma to take it out. But this Terrorblade does have his metamorphosis, does make it a lot easier.
They're still going to be able to do this. I think this might backfire, especially because they're in a position on the lane now where they don't even steal XP and gold from this. Or yeah, XP, obviously.
That is true.
That was kind of a big mistake, rather.
I thought it was going to be okay for them, but the lane was way too far up. Yeah, so that really nullifies the early sentry wards, but very close to mix it up. 8 Mother harassing Mag very heavily with that Boots first build. Liquid Fire, easy damage.
Yeah, it's one of the abilities, the non-ultimates in the game that scales the best. It's so incredibly potent on level 4, and every upgrade of it just makes such a huge difference. Cutting the cooldown down by 5 seconds per level, apart from level 4 where you cut 6 seconds off it. Pretty amazing.
We'll get a haste rune. Will be scouted out by the Lycanthrope Wolf, and looks like he does want to mess with Admiral Bulldog in the jungle. I don't think he's level 2 yet.
Oh, he is.
Oh, he is? Okay.
And he started with teleport anyway.
I mean, still, he doesn't have boots.
Yeah, well, he should start teleporting now to force the stun, maybe. No, never mind.
Get chopped.
I think we were gonna live. Yeah, he would have lived through it, but if Mag doesn't want to chase, this is just as good. So, yeah, Bulldog transitioning a bit into the jungle. Helped out 8 Mother a little in the start to give him an edge on the Centaur. But Mag's still doing well for himself. And this is not going to be easy for 8 Mother to control this lane, because every time he harasses with the return damage, he'll take something on himself. And Mag could be getting an early stampede and maybe even getting a kill with a support rotation.
And I mean, Enigma really has not been stopped at all. He's still doing very well in terms of his levels. He's de-warded one of the camps. He's level 3, 3 minutes in. Not ideal, but still very good considering his situation, and considering Cloud9 have been using a couple of the other camps too and sharing his experience. So mid lane looks like Fata is quite an edge up on Loda. Almost, what, 7 up his CS right now? Pretty good.
And that's pretty impressive because Loda's playing with Quelling Blade, so his damage against enemy creeps is really high. So I'm imagining Fata's playing this as aggressively as possible, just constantly poking Loda, trying to force him away and take the creeps for free. But Loda's still going to get enough. It's okay for him to lose the lane a little bit, I would say, and then he's probably going to start taking over, getting free farm when he's level 5. The Wolves are going to be very strong. I'm more curious about what's happening to Envy. He's got 12 CS. Cask does not bounce on him twice. Fortunately for Arcade, that he could have anchor smashed him too. Misery's just playing in front. He's just standing at EternaLEnVy and anchor smashing and then getting the last hits. Oh, they're gonna perhaps try to go on this with Metamorphosis. No, Pi! He used Wave of Terror and doesn't have mana for the stun!
Oh, man.
Bulldog would have poured it in there. Oh, he doesn't have Sprout.
He would have gotten right-clicked to death by Terrorblade probably, though. That's a pretty scary move. Enigma already has Soul Ring, so yeah, still farming along his merry, happy way. Loda will be going for that Bounty Rune on the bottom. Money.
How far behind is he in the mid on XP? As a matter of fact, it's pretty much completely even. So, doing fine. There's still a little bit more experience coming Fata's way, though, because there's more creeps for him, and Loda missed a little bit of XP. But just going to do a jungle camp to catch up in the meanwhile.
And how is Admiral Bulldog doing after not having Treants at level 1? Looks like just able to pull a lot, 800 gold to his name. Not so bad. This will also severely deny Mag experience on the bottom lane. They really want to delay that Stampede as long as possible.
But the most important thing still is countering out the Terrorblade. And they're doing, Cloud9 are doing what they can to back him up, apart from running the Enigma more in the lane position, but I think they prioritize farming Aoi at the same time as well. Misery. That's the interesting thing about this Alliance draft, right? They have one support. So they're getting a lot of farm. Even though the enemy team has an Enigma, the relative value they get out of their quote-unquote support heroes in this game is really high. They're going to go on EternaLEnVy, not going to bounce to him, but there comes the Prophet. He does have Sprout available to Envy, however. Has Tango and Quelling Blade. That's even going to be a defensive stun from Pi. And now Bulldog gets surrounded. It's a first blood for Cloud9.
Does he have
Oh, they're looking for more. Dream Coil onto Misery. He's trying to anchor smash, won't get it off. Cass doing a lot of work, but still Fata claiming the kill, joining into the orb. Quick waning rift.
Terrorblade is surprisingly tanky. Does have a Poor Man's Shield?
Knight armor.
Yeah.
And their lane consists mainly of physical damage. That's the problem for them. Even porting in the Prophet, they don't have nukes.
I think they should approach it the other way now. Just try and push bottom with the Nature's Call as well as the Liquid Fire. Top lane is just miserably lost at this point, and then on top of that, Enigma's going to hit level 6, so it's going to be even more dangerous for them coming forward. They should just start playing to the strengths of their lineup, take down towers, use Lycanthrope Wolves, sweep bottom, sweep mid, and then you can kind of control the Terrorblade's farm, or at least outfarm him with the limited amount of movement available after those T1s are down.
Yeah, looks like exactly what they're doing. Bottom lane, using the Macro Playa to clear out the creep wave fast, and Ape Mother with some good liquid fires onto the tower.
That's the best part about the strategy. Like, even if you lose your lanes, you still have a comeback mechanic. As opposed to game number 1, they lost their lanes and they couldn't really do anything.
Oh, is this a good timing on the retreat? No, it's not. Bulldog will probably be taken out here by Mag. There is an idol on spawn. Double edge, and it's still going to be enough. And Ape Mother will be getting out, but another kill for
complete
Cloud9.
Whiff on that ice path.
And Cloud9 were playing a greedy draft, as we pointed out. So if they get away with early game and not lose towers, they're going towards a powerful mid game where we were saying maybe the late game of Alliance is still actually better than Cloud9's or can at least fight up with it. Loda's getting good farm, and Terrorblade didn't get the best farm in the world. I still think he has enough for Cloud9 so far.
Well, he's completely left alone now. They're diverting their resources to the bottom lane, and it's just Misery on top lane, no Ravage, no real big threat. And instead, Cloud9 pushing bottom, aggressive move by Pilot Knight, stunning out 8 Mother, followed up by a double ledge from Mag, but still hiding in the trees, will die to Vengeful Spirit. And on top of that, Wave is pushing out. Looks like a Wolf is coming out to scout these fellas, but no real damage done there. Terrorblade, easy kill on Tidehunter, still working on that level 6, so this has just gone from bad to worse for Alliance. 5-0 kill score.
We said before the game, can Alliance play the strat?
Not crisply.
So far, very shaky. It's by no means over for them, but giving away 5 kills in the early game with this kind of lineup, sure, you have a comeback mechanic, but this means that if they make more mistakes, I don't think that comeback mechanic is strong enough anymore. So now they have to perform way better. they have to group up better. I'm surprised they haven't brought Loda down to the bot lane to take that tower with them. I think they could have just got it there. And instead, Cloud9 reinforcing, holding the tower. There's a Macropire. I guess they will get it now, but damn, this has been such an expensive and such a useless tower as well. It's the least important tower on the map.
I agree. I think it's taking way too long for them to do so.
Like they might get it. Ice Path. Wow, that was really far off. Ape Mother doesn't look too comfortable in this hero. Oh, we'll get the tower, Loda. Okay, thinking about the cask, not using it. Misery has hit level 6, by the way, so they do have Ravage in their arsenal. If they continue to push here, I think this is an okay play. But I still need to be a little bit careful with the Enigma. Misery being very aggressive. This is what they could have done a bit earlier.
Well,
maybe without the tide. Without the tide, they could have still taken the tier 1 tower. Now the tide is there, it's a lot easier. Glyph used. I think this is a freebie.
Admiral Bulldog can wrap around it. Misery does find a good Ravage, and another Liquid Fire coming out any second now. And this tower not really stopping this push at all. Fada kind of no man's land, close to his blink, doesn't really want to die now, but they need that wave push. Nice deny coming out from Maui.
That's a very big deal against these pushing strategies. The amount of gold that Alliance lose there from not getting the last hit has huge implications on their item progress, which is what should lead them to eventually take more towers and the tier 3 and maybe barracks in the end. Every deny is like, how much gold do they lose there?
Probably like 600.
They don't get the last hit, which could have been even more. They don't get the last hit bounty, and yeah.
So 600
about
like
600.
900 maybe?
Yeah.
Around that territory. But at the same time, Terrorblade is getting his farm, but not that much, considering they're about to swoop down the mid T1. No one really there to react. Terrorblade certainly not going to join the fight, and just melting away. Mag without a Blink Dagger, Fido without a Blink Dagger. They have no real clean way of initiation. Maybe when Enigma gets his mech, they can sort of take a fight, but Tidehunter Ravage is king at this point in the game.
Yeah, they don't really have a solution apart from swap, which they can save one key target after the Ravage comes out, but the question is if that's enough. If they even... They're probably going to lose their Venge for doing that, and then what's the follow-up going to be? Another tower from Alliance. They TP top maybe, or they let it go. They're trying to defend. This is too late. Terrorblade will get it. A little bit of a good Ice Path from my Mother, but too late. It just damage to the creeps and an illusion. But Alliance are doing the right thing. They're continuing the pressure. They're going top. And so are Cloud9, because they're just split pushing insteod of trying to hold Fata in the bot lane, pushing that tier 1. Alliance kind of using the glyph too early here.
Well, they're waiting for their Blink Daggers. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, Fata has his. Oh, there's a TP in from Loda. He might want to cancel that. He will. And that's a safeguarded tower. Good rotation from Pylai. Might have actually wanted to not show himself until Loda ported in.
So tower counts 2 to 3, only one up.
Yep.
Alliance.
And how's Centaur's gold looking? 300 for Blink. Alliance do not have a mech. Bulldog is working on it, but that's perhaps the most important item in the game for them.
Well, not if they don't fight.
I have a feeling Cloud9 want to fight when they have their blinks, though.
Yes.
Blink puck with level 10 soon, that's a huge amount of spell burst, and then if you follow through with the Centaur, you get 2 or 3 kills.
I think the Yules is more important on Ape Mother, though. That'll stop a Centaur initiate. That will kill Puck if he gets caught by the Yules. That will also stop a Black Hole. It's also good for chaining the Terrorblade, so I think that's actually more important. And Cloud9 going for another sneaky Roshan. Highlight die. Do they have enough damage yet if the Switcher tank? Game after game.
Well, Alliance need to get this tier 2 as a trade to consider this fair. Looks like they might. Cloud9 not in a position to defend. Now they're going to port in the Venge. Loda transforming. He's going to get coiled. We'll start fighting on Tafada. Ice Path on Pylai. Good attack damage coming out from Loda. He might still die to the tower. If not, then Mag will finish the job. 1 for 1.
Not worth it. Tower going to get denied.
There's the Prophet ult. Did he not hit level 6 until now? He had a cooldown, I guess. So, but Bulldog is 400 off the mech. They might get the tower after all. Oh, almost denied by Fada.
So what's our gold lead looking like with a 5 tower to 2 tower difference? About 3,000. That's not as big as you want it to be. A little bit of that has to do with the Roshan.
It's for Cloud9.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time, what is Alliance going to do? Are they going to try and 5-man before Terrorblade gets too strong and force him to fight and try and take him down twice? Or are they going to go for the alternative, which is just out late gaming them with a super farm Lycan? Oh, the mech building on an HP Prophet. Looks like we might have our answer.
Yeah, they could take the tier 2 mid soon. And then they want to, I think the call from Alliance in that situation is to control the map as much as possible and just drain it of resources.
But they don't have that great gank aside from THD.
It is difficult.
And what is Tidehunter going for? Is it a pipe or is it a blink? Man, he's poor.
If he wanted the pipe, he would have probably bought one of the constituents already.
I think it's better for him to go to do that if they want to push T3. If they want to go for ganks, clearly blink would be better.
Yeah. I guess we'll see our answer soon. He's still holding on to his gold. 8 Mother looking for Yules, not reaching. Might just push out mid now. Not really. I still feel like not enough is happening for Alliance. Usually when EG run this kind of strategy, they're ahead on gold and ahead on experience. Alliance are 7k experience and 3,000 gold behind. Looking for a gank on E. This could be big. He has the Aegis and they can kill him twice. Senses it and TP's out. And this is just a wasted rotation from Alliance.
And they're pushing out the top lane in the meantime too. If no one defends that tower, they know that something is going on around that mid side of the map. Puck very close to invulnerable unless Jakiro finds him, but Fada preemptively blinking away. And at this point, Cloud9 is going to be out farming Alliance. They won't find the timing that they need to really do anything with the Aegis or force a T2 at this point because Cloud9 is just doing such an excellent job of pushing out all the lanes. And they do have slightly better farming tools at their capability, I suppose, with Terrorblade and maybe some like ancient stacking going on. But Alliance, I mean, by no means a slouch on that regard too, with the Lycanthrope and the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, they're looking to push out mid, going for the tier 2 at
Wait, is that a Vlad on Loda already too? Yep.
Yeah, he has a Vlad.
He's still a little poor though,
yeah.
I'd say.
This is not that much, but it's enough for now, for what Alliance need. It's about either forcing the fight against Cloud9 now or taking the tower for free, and then you need to strategize. What's the next move? Do you try to wait for
Roshan? Mag might be going for a kill on Nature's Prophet on the left lane. Oh, actually, with a mech, he cannot go for that kill.
Cannot get that kill. I think even without, he might not be able to. 1,000 health, it's a lot to get through.
Another
liquid fire in the tower.
Another liquid fire comes out. EE does join the fight, but I believe he still has Aegis, so be okay for some time to come. Vengeful Spirit working on that Urn of Shadows. Aoi trying to split push bottom, and that will be the call for Admiral Boylog to TP bottom. And Alliance, more wasted time. They're grouping up as 4, first to push out bottom and kill Terrorblade, then to take mid, and neither of those were accomplished. So Cloud9 should be squeezing out the lead in terms of economy.
Now they're on the hunt. Aoi and Fata, they're gonna, well, who finds who? He jumps on Tide and then jaunts, but no, he got up to the high ground, not across. He's gonna be in a lot of trouble. He's standing in the oven and now, well, burn baby burn, Misery even gonna blink up to him and anchor smash him.
I can understand his itch to jaunt as early as possible though, because if he doesn't and his face shift comes out, he just gets Yules and then he can't jaunt and then he's dead.
Yeah.
So it was a difficult position for him to be in. This is why the Yules THD is just so extremely powerful.
Oh, they found Bulldog. Ravage comes in, it's gonna hit Highlight Eye only as they had Yuled at the same time. Misplay from Alliance. EternaLEnVy might still end up dropping here unless he gets the Sunder. He does! He's gonna get a kill for it as well. Oh boy, Alliance. They might even lose more. Mag going in on Loda. Envy. Whew.
Bottle Simeon right there.
That Yules during the Ravage cost them a lot.
Well, Terrorblade still had Aegis.
Yeah, but then he doesn't turn on them and he loses Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
So.
Misfire on the coordination there. Looks like this will be a transition into T1. Alliance without Ravage really don't have any fight left in them.
They could take 2 here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Jakiro can try to hold it with Macropyre when he's alive, but that's still 5 seconds, and if he TP's in, he's at risk of getting swapped and just brought down instantly in a burst from Mag. Cloud9 won't try it though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Terrorblade's items are kicking in. He is 1,500 net worth above the Lycanthrope right now. Manta style complete. And Lycanthrope still working on that Necro book, but it's just slow. They aren't as good as EG as diverting their resources. Sometimes they'll push as 3, sometimes they'll push as 2, but most of the time they don't die for it, which is what Alliance has been doing when they don't commit with more than enough resources. So they're not really out greeting C9, and they aren't really pushing efficiently either, and C9 just reading every move of Alliance. very, very well. And on top of that, they have access to Roshan too. I think Alliance really needs to start getting the Roshan if they want to get back in this game. Because as it's going right now, they're not getting kills with Ravages, they're not limiting Terrorblade's farm. Their farm isn't that great in particular on the Lycanthrope and the Nature's Prophet. So all in all, shaping up for a poor mid game.
Yeah, and they're smoked up again. This is without Ravage. They're looking for Owie. But Pi will break that smoke. Oh, well, he's probably going to die for it. Yule's Macropyre, Ice Path, Dual Breath, Nature's Prophet ultimate as well. He's trying to swap out of the oven, but no
Taking
way.
one for the team.
Saved Owie, though.
It buys your Terrorblade more time, prevents Alliance from pushing if they're committing all the way bottom, which is super far away from any towers. So, not a win for C9, but definitely an efficient death.
There's the first level. The Necro Book for Loda. This is about the time when, if you're having a good game, you want to have Necro 3. So he's about 2,500 gold behind the benchmark for a good game. That's quite a big deal. Because it's not only him. There's also other heroes in Alliance who really don't have that much. I mean, Bulldog, Mech, working on a Necro 1. You're getting what you were talking about yesterday, that you were wondering, why is no one going for the mass Necro Book strat? It's like Alliance are bringing it out. They're even trying to get one on Jakiro, I guess, with this belt of strength.
At the same time, though, C9 doesn't look like they're scared at all. Just going with their game plan, maybe trying to sneak in a Roche whenever they can, and just drawing Alliance around the map. Alliance is forced to react to C9's maneuvers.
Oh, Loda. Loda. He's going to get opened on by Owie with the Malefice and the Dream Call from... Okay.
Why not? Let's throw it on top.
It's brought down. Meanwhile, they find it. Okay, that was a very mid-timed hoof stomp by Mag, but it might not even matter. Enemy's hitting so hard. 2 kills for Cloud9. Better movement, better distribution of resources, as you said. Alliance's clock is ticking. They're losing so much on the map right now. Not gathering up somewhere to push. I guess they're afraid of the combination of Cloud9 just bursting them down, but I don't think their lineup can deal with this kind of pressure.
And with those 2 ganks, Alliance pretty much can't venture past the river in any less than packs of 4, I'd say. And that just leaves more room for C9 to farm. Can farm Ancients, can farm opponent sanctions at this point, can take over some of the Alliance's neutral camps, so only like 2 camps of them are safe. The ones close to the mid T1. Misery gets fooled around with by Fada. Fada with his Yule's complete, even more pick-off potential there.
Gonna farm up the Eidolons. Cloud9 are just, They're getting more out of the map, first of all, but in addition to that, not just farming more, their vision is also better, most of the time at least. So Alliance have a hard time grouping up because they don't know where Cloud9 is. If they get caught out, even in a flat-on 5-on-5, I still think Cloud9 can actually beat them if they get their combo right, and EternaLEnVy doesn't get caught in the Ravage, for example, or maybe he can even get caught as long as he's on the outskirts of it. Then, well, what do you do as Alliance? I don't think... Oh, you go mid. Do you think that's the right call?
They're losing out in the farm war and the gank war. I think if they keep split pushing, they'll just get picked off. And if they don't split push, and if they don't push rather, Terrorblade will outfarm the Lycanthrope, just because Lycanthrope's died way too many times already, and it's number 4 in this network, already eclipsed by Enigma. And in the later game, our concern for C9 was not for their late game, it was for their early game, and they got away with about as greedy as you can get away with for Cloud9. Even trying to slow down Awie's farm, he is still almost beating out the Lycanthrope in terms of net worth, and right now it's kind of do or die.
Radiant's top tower.
They're pinging the tower. They want to go 8 Mother, slowly whittling away at it with Liquid Fire.
They're just not confident.
The top tier 2 is falling, and now Prophet's going to port back. He can, of course, rejoin the fight in 20 seconds, but Alliance get held away once more. They have to defend their side lanes, and
if they don't push, though, C9 takes Roshan, and they really don't want C9 to take Roshan, but they also really have no choice.
This is such a tough position to be in. I think Alliance know where this game is going farm-wise. They might not have a very clear idea of it, but they should be feeling that Cloud9 are getting more out of the map at the very least, so they're the ones playing under pressure. At least they're not getting caught out right now, but
I think both teams need a gem.
We think that every game, though.
Yeah.
But it is just that good of an item.
And both teams need a pipe. As it goes. Maybe later we can expect like a Ags Witch Doctor. We kind of got caught off guard by that in the last game and how effective that actually was. the game before.
Yeah, Ake's working on it, but it's still 2k gold away. It's gonna take a while, and I don't think you have time for that, to be honest. I know it's a great item and all for them, but oh, the more you wait, the more this is gonna happen. Mag, combining with Fatsa, killing off the Prophet, maybe even taking the tier 2 unless Alliance TP defensively. They will port the Jakiro on the tier 3, afraid of porting immediately next to the tower.
That's the go for
Oh, there we go! Going on Mag, but he's still just gonna force staff and even has Stampede, I think. No, they might have used that for the initiation. No, he just used it. Got out. Fada got out. Cloud9 are in such a good position to start this Roshan now. Even if Alliance know it, they might not get there in time. Jakiro is all the way up top. They know Jakiro TP'd there.
Oh, that wolf is so annoying. It's right in the depth of the Roche pit. You can't really place a sentry ward around it, and it's out of sight of that sentry ward. But Cloud9 knows that the wolf is there, so they know they have eyes. They have pretty good vision surrounding the pit. They know that the THT is on the left side of that, so it's highly unlikely that Alliance are going to take a fight at this immediate moment. But still, Loda, scouting on Aoi, making them think twice about this Roshan. And looks like everyone's headed there.
It's interesting that they chose to do it without Envy, just letting him farm meanwhile.
Well, he was doing it.
No, he went away to the Radiant Jungle.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, highlight die. Getting caught out. He's still very tanky because Vengeful Spirit has a very good strength gain. Alliance don't even execute that kill. They need to get some sort of momentum to feel like they have a say in this game. There's the coil. Ravage coming the other way. Misery going in Ice Path, completely whiffing. Misery might survive this, but none of Cloud9 go down. Ravage used. And they might get 8 Mother. They will. He's Yuled. Is there a turnaround play? No Death Ward available anymore. It has been used. Mag going for 8 Mother. Not finishing the kill. Will Stampede for it. That's going to be his own death. And now Aoi goes in. He does a Black Hole. Getting Loda. They're getting Misery as well by the looks of it. He's going to get orbed as well as Waning Rifted. A 3-for-1 and a Roche. Soon to be for Cloud9. That Ravage had no impact.
At the same time, they had to use it to save Loda. I mean, it didn't actually do any damage to Cloud9, but they're forced to use all their cooldowns defensively just because they're so far behind at this point. Looking at net worth chart, no one is coming even close to EE, and he's going to have Scotty about 30 minutes. It's going to be the same tail.
Yeah. It's just, if you give Cloud9 Terrorblade, I think Alliance had the right idea in this game by pushing, but they weren't crisp enough on it. It's the right solution to ease Terrorblade, but yes, there's still pressure on you to perform. If you don't perform well early on, it is indeed going to be just the same story over again. And, well, I don't know. EternaLEnVy once again deathless on the Terrorblade. If you take any 2 or 3 Alliance heroes, can they even beat him 2-on-1?
Don't think so.
3-on-1?
3-on-1, 3-on-1, yeah.
Jakiro, Witch Doctor, and Tide? Or Jakiro, Witch Doctor, Lycan?
Yeah, Jakiro, Tide, Lycan, I think.
Okay.
And then Nature's Prophet ult, if that counts.
That's okay. You get a little help from across the map.
But, I mean, that's only one death. Now, actually, I don't know now. With a Scotty, 22 armor, 1900 HP, plus Manta, that's still a tough call. 3-on-1's not even a certainty for them.
And his illusions are so strong now that they will keep Alliance's lanes pushed out all the time. The Wolves can't deal with them, the Prophet can't deal with them. They need to constantly have the Jakiro or the Tide clearing them out. So Alliance under even more pressure now than before. Top lane, they're gonna try to go in on the Centaur. You will use Stampede, just get out. Alliance, they just cannot find anything the last 10 minutes. Whew, it's got to be hard for them to play like this. You just feel like everything you try just fails, and you try again, and you fail in a different way.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
failed on a lot of
is
fronts
under
this game, unfortunately, and at this point it's very difficult for them to recover. They have the Necro books soon, but still, as we saw last fight, it just doesn't really do anything. They kind of need, what, BKB on Lycanthrope, Necro 3 on him as well,
Radiant's
Scepter
bottom tower
on
is under attack.
the Witch Doctor, and maybe like a refresher on the Tidehunter. Those aren't going to
Radiant's
come out
bottom
before
tower has
C9 breaches high
fallen.
ground.
Now they might even consider doing that now. No. Envy's porting back. Will continue the farm train while his illusions in bottom are still causing a lot of trouble here. Alliance. It's a pretty straightforward game with what's happening right now. The problem is the solution for Alliance is so complex, and even if they perform that well, I'm starting to doubt whether they can even win anymore with a perfect play.
Storyline's looking grim for the Swedes.
Bottom. Eyeballing an illusion rune, not taking it. He's got 4k gold, by the way, so... What do you think he buys? Is it a Dagon? Is it a Hex?
On who?
On the puck. Or maybe BKB, but I don't know if he needs that.
Hex, probably.
Just more lockdown for the Witch Doctor and Loda, I guess.
I'm trying to think of anything else that would be better. Shiva's is alright, but I think Hex is a little bit better.
He bought an ulti orb. This tier 2 tower mid is being pressured now. Cloud9 pressuring multiple lanes at once even. Bottom lane as well. Now Envy. They've caught out 8 Mother. Oh boy. Easy blink stun for Mag. Metamorphosis is currently up. Is there a buyback for the secure? There is not. They could just go. They're going to get Loda for free as well. He just saw his ally get killed off out there and still staying in that position, getting brought down. I'm surprised Cloud9 could just try to go for the tier 3 bot.
Admiral Bulldog just uses Necro 3. I don't know, Cloud9's just going to go high ground with this. Books on cooldown, 2 heroes dead. EE Metamorphosis pop, we see 5 illusions out for him too. Make that 7.
My god. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds for tier 3. Barracks, 3.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Wow,
has
what a
fallen.
display.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Of Terrorblade. Okay.
Well, Bulldog's getting something bottom. He got a little bit of damage on the tier 3, but that's about it. Now he has to back out. Pretty poor trade, but there was no real alternative.
Now Terrorblade's net worth 17,000. He's going to have Butterfly complete, and I mean, it's just the exact same thing over and over again. And so, what is a counter Terrorblade? Just a well-executed push strat? No.
Well-executed push strat, or an aggressive lane that shuts him down.
Okay.
They didn't really shut him down enough, I feel. Even with their push strat, they could have still done a better job against enemy. Yeah, good lanes. And aggressive supports early on. I think that's mainly what Envy loses to with his Terrorblade. If he gets to late game and has good farm, he generally wins. So you shut him down and you end the game at like 30, or...
What about out late gaming him?
That's pretty difficult.
What about with just a greedier lineup, like Enigma on your side, farmer / carry in mid and bottom?
Then you still need to have a solution to the push. So if your greedy lineup doesn't have wave clear,
It's true.
then he's going to start taking your towers. And the free Roshans as well will still be there. If you have a greedy lineup, you more than likely can't even fight for the Rosh.
Yeah, I think the Roshes make a huge difference in the way that C9's able to execute a sneaky Roshan in every game.
The seeds of force.
Ghosted. Aegis expired. EternaLEnVy is 250 gold off the Butterfly. I think they're going to get the next Rosh and then look for the final push against Alliance, unless if they feel like they don't need it. At this point, they might as well farm. They're still gaining more and more than Alliance. 20k gold, 20k experience.
And they still have to threat of the ganks too, with the blink on the Centaur and the blink on the puck to shut out any sort of split push that Alliance may throw out.
There we go. And the Hex on Puck. 2 very big items simultaneously for Cloud9. I don't know. I'm out of options for Alliance. Top lane. Prophet's gonna port in to help save Misery. He's still gonna. Oh! Kraken Shell was enough to live there. Can Fada blink? Yes. Does get out. They might turn on them now though. Misery's gonna try to go in. Anchor Smash will be Yuled. Misery should be able to chase him down now. He is face shifting.
He throws out Midnight Pulse. Admiral Bulldog gets stomped up double edge and immediate death. So, and then 1 for 0.
Bottom. It's more than one.
Okay.
Jakiro way out of position. They're trying to cut the wave with Loda, but there's already creep support, so Cloud9 will be getting in the bottom lane.
Again,
No
Cloud9
Prophet, no Jakiro.
with better distribution of resources. 3 on top, get a kill, 2 on bottom, get a kill. Immediately transition into a T3 push. There's no chance versus these 4 illusions.
Oh, they're gonna ravage. They're doing what they can. Envy, he's gonna Sunder. Turning a Misery, that's 1 kill. And he's just gonna run out. Oh, the black hole! Turning around on Loda too. It's over! Cloud9 securing at least top 3. They will be meeting evil geniuses. And they better prepare for more of this kind of stuff that Alliance just played against them. Because EG will be playing that strategy. They will have watched this game and like, okay, Alliance made quite a few crucial mistakes. We won't make them. If EE drafts this kind of stuff for Cloud9, we're going to run you over.
Still, pretty
10-0.
decent performance by Alliance. I expected a 2-0, and they ended up winning 1 game, which I also thought they got outdrafted for. So, pretty good for them. Looking forward, Alliance with 8